As your party investigates the body of the fallen cultist, you don't find much of note, only a page with a simple drawing. It is formless. It appears to be waves upon waves of slime with the skull in its mass, forming what appears to be a face, but you're not sure. This is a Blob of Annihilation, and it's one of the newest monsters in the 2025 Monster Manual. This creature is absolutely wild. It's a high-level ooze, and just based on its description, it's clearly aiming for the eldritch horror side of D&D, where there are beings in the cosmics that are beyond our comprehension, which makes for perfect campaign finale material. It may not be the actual big bad of your campaign, but it is for sure the final obstacle. As a CR23, this could easily be a campaign finale for a party of level 16 to 18. So I probably won't go beyond that personally. Due to its AC, this thing will be easy to hit, and its HP means that it can take a few of those. However, its initiative means it's most likely going to be going first. From there, while the blob is certainly going to be around for a little bit at this level, it's also potentially going to hit like a truck. Its pseudopod attack is a plus 15, so it has a 50% chance of hitting an AC of 25. It deals 24 points of damage on average, which is nothing to sneeze at, especially since it's force damage. Now, force damage does seem weird for an ooze, where you would normally expect it acid or poison. Think about the story that they are telling with the Blob of Annihilation. It is supposed to be an otherworldly being, one that comes to your world every few hundred years to millennia potentially. So there are stories and legends about this thing. Based on that, force damage does make sense, but honestly, I could also see an argument for psychic. Either way, both damage types are difficult to resist in the current rule set. Even if you are a Wild Heart Barbarian, you will be taking full hits, whether it's through the melee attacks or because you're engulfed, which by the way is somewhere you do not want to be, because you'll be taking 66 force damage at the start of your turn, or 21 on average force damage. And if your character is brought to 0 HP, either through damage or suffocation, then they are turned to ash and thrown into the astral sea. Furthermore, if you are still engulfed when the blob is defeated, you are then also thrown into the astral sea. If you're a caster, this is probably no big deal for you, as you could just plane shift on back, but a marshal could have more trouble. Which leads to how you can use this thing in your campaign. This is a monster you want to build up, but not give clear direct answers. Give hints and clues throughout the course of the campaign, giving it legends and stories about a mysterious entity that destroyed several civilizations, providing descriptions of the creatures, its abilities, and theories. Each legend and story having a potentially different name based upon where the party found it, leaving them to figure out that these stories are most likely talking about the same creature. From there, the party can try to figure out what summons it and how, as well as potentially discover a cult trying to bring it to this world. As to how and why, that can be completely up to you. You can also use this chart as to what is within the monster as a potential catalyst for how it arrived. This is a monster you want to build dread, because as it says in its stat block, it comes to the material plane on a different world in 1d20 years after it's defeated. So like an eldritch being in Lovecraft, there's no defeating it, only delaying it. Which again is why swapping out for the psychic damage would make sense, and if you wanted, you could use the optional sanity rules from the 2014 DMG, and even the sanity ability score. Full video on that in the description below, by the way. But all of this is why I think the Blob of Annihilation is best used as an eldritch horror themed D&D campaign. Because you managed to save the town, yes, but it could return at some point. But that is also something you can bake into your setting's lore. Perhaps now the players defeated it, they can write down everything they know and provide it to others so that they can better prepare for when it does come again. But what they don't realize is that the cult of annihilation runs deep, and there are certain figures who may use this knowledge to their advantage to bring it back sooner than they expected. And that'll do it for this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your favorite endgame monster down below. I'll catch you all next time.